up the phone when I tried to call. Tell me what is wrong, oh, what is right, what is right? 'Cause now it's too late, too late, too late, too late, now it's too late, too late, too late, too late, now it's too late.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope y'all are having a good Wednesday night. I'd like to introduce everybody on the panel, Mr. Johnny O.
What's up, brother? How are you? Russell, Derek, how are you?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Not much. How are you guys?
What's up, guys?
Another day in paradise, pouring rain here in Massachusetts, but other than that, everything's been good.
Yeah, it's raining here in Jersey, too.
Still trying to process this Dolphins loss.
Well, before we get started on the game, Sunday where we were at the stadium, I went to the team store, and I'm walking, and I hear somebody call my name, and I look up, and there's a young gentleman there who works in the team store. And I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? And he's like, oh, I watch you guys all the time. You guys are great. Thank you for doing what you're doing. I did read his name tag, but unfortunately, I forgot his first name. He said he doesn't type in the chat, but he does watch the show. So I just wanted to say, hey, we appreciate it. Glad you recognized me. And those are, that's what we're here for. It's just for conversation and entertainment. And it was nice that, to hear somebody say, hey, I watched the show and I enjoy it. And thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's nice. Shout out to Shake Money, Kevin Lee, Daniel Berries. Hope y'all are having a wonderful night. Where do we begin?
I don't know where you want to begin, but I live in Massachusetts and I've been ducking and dodging Patriot fans all week.
I said to Papa Paul before we started the show, I said, I feel bad for Russell living up there. He's got to deal with this shit.
Oh my God. I mean, I go to this market right down the street from my house, Shaw's Supermarket, and of course the Cumberland Farms. Oh my God. This is all I've been hearing since Sunday night. Because I went in Sunday night to pick up some vegetable stuff for a salad. And then obviously the Cumberlands for the gas. Oh, that's all I've heard every single day. And I'm like, listen, the biggest problem, I mean, from watching the Dolphins in that game Sunday, outside of the defense was junk. The time management has been awful. I mean,
Pitiful.
when Achan stepped out of bounds, I mean, I can understand that because he was cutting back against, someone pinching him on the sidelines because he couldn't have went straight down the sideline. So he's figuring he's cutting back. Okay, he's out of bounds at the 26. So we got the ball on the Patriots 26 with 1:09 to go and a timeout. I don't know how we went from the 26 and in 2 straight plays having a delay a game and then a false start. Unbelievable. And then the first play you're going to go after that is a deep throw to Waddle. I mean, he's so, I mean, and then like all leaders, you're supposed to point blame at yourself. He's blaming all the other coaches and,
I could tell you exactly what I saw and what Johnny O saw, I know, was McDaniels was not getting the plays in. We sat there and watched the players yelling at the sideline for a play and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, players are shrugging their shoulders. They're looking at the sideline like, what are we doing? And McDaniel gets delay a game, has to use the last timeout, and every play that they actually snapped the ball, the play clock was at 1 or 2 seconds. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that McDaniel in his 4th year cannot get a play in time so that Tua can call it in the huddle and get to the line and look at the line. By the time they break the huddle, there's only 9 seconds left and they're running to the line. He has no time to look around. He has no time to adjust the play. He can't audible out of it because goddamn McDaniel can't get the play in. I walked down to that stadium saying McDaniel needs to be fired right then and there. Rush should have walked in the locker room and just said, you're done. Goodbye. Get out. You cost us the game. I talked to some fans. Stripe, if any of you know who Stripe is, I talked to him and Stripe's like, don't fire him now. Let him get his ass whooped on Thursday, then get rid of him. Make him get embarrassed before you get rid of him. And I'm like, it's already embarrassing enough. And,
that's what I said, that he wouldn't get fired until after Thursday.
Right. And I get people have different opinions and way of looking at things. I caught part of Mike's show yesterday and he said that he doesn't think anything's going to happen till after the game in Spain because then they have the bye week, and if they're going to do anything, that's when it's going to be, and let somebody come in and see what they can do the last few weeks of the season. And I mean, regardless the way it looks, I mean, we're going to be 0-3 unless some kind of miracle happens tomorrow night. Got embarrassed by Indy when you had all that time to prepare for them. The defense played like crap in the first half, got a little better in the second half, but we've still only forced, 2 punts all year? I mean, come on. You're not even getting off the field, and you can't blame the offense because the defense is out there for these long drives and, giving up these chunk plays, and you're only rushing 4, and there's no pressure on the quarterback. We've made 2 average quarterbacks in the NFL look like superstars.
Also what really bothered me about Sunday's game? We fought to get back in the game. Okay, our defense wasn't playing well at all. We give up a 3rd and 26 on a stupid 5-yard holding penalty.
Yep.
Well, that's one of those rules in the NFL that needs to be changed. I mean,
that is so garbage. That was so garbage. The ball wasn't even over there, and it was, come on, man. You reward teams because, I mean, there are a lot of clutching and grabbing in the secondary. I mean, that wasn't nothing major, but come on, really? So you're benefiting a team because they can say, well, we can throw a 6-yard pass. There's always holding, regardless of whether it's on the offensive line, the defensive line, the secondary. I mean, but it wasn't egregious. And that game got turned around on that. Then it's 3rd and 15, and Ramondre Stevenson makes that big catch. When, I mean, we're playing like a zone. We made Drake May look like Joe Montana. We made Daniel Jones the first week of the season look like Joe Namath. I mean, we're making, like you just said, ordinary guys looking like superstars. And we complained about get secondary help. Okay, well, where's our pass rush been?
Well, there is no pass rush because they're dropping 7 guys on almost every play. You're only rushing 4, and you have 5 offensive linemen. So it's kind of hard to get pressure when it's 5 against 4, and everybody else is just falling back in his zone, and all they're doing is picking apart the zone. It's absolutely incredible. Now, the second half, the defense did play a little better, but not great. What happened to Weaver making his adjustments at halftime, and it's absolutely mind-boggling how you can have this coaching staff that doesn't seem to do a goddamn thing. Guys are talking about they're not prepared, they're not ready, they're winging it, they're doing their own thing, and then at the end of the game, your coach can't even get a damn play in. Give me a break.
Do you know, at the beginning of the season, the way they did their defense, they took all their good players and sent them out. I mean, you have no cornerbacks.
What's up, El Capitan?
You have no cornerbacks on your defense. And I'm going, are they tanking without saying they're tanking? I mean, because you're right. Their players are not playing where they should be. They're having to Phillips is having to play in a certain position where he can't rush.
Yeah, having Phillips cover guys is ridiculous.
Yeah. You see Phillips in a slot. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Trying to cover Ramondre Stevenson. How'd that work out?
Yeah.
Well, then when you got your linebackers going back 10 yards before they're, coming off in the zone, any quarterback can make a play. They ate us up in the middle by the last 2 games.
Here, let's hear from Cap for a little bit because he's got a show he's starting in about 15 minutes or so.
Oh. Yeah. I got a Bills guy coming through, Circle the Wagons pod. Typically I'd be all amped, right? I'd be ready to, trash talk, sit here and go at a Bills fan the way that would be fun. But I don't know. I mean, that team, they beat the Jets. I mean, it's not like the stat sheet doesn't tell the tale of what happened in that Jets continue to shoot themselves in the foot. They capitalized. Jets just were never in that game. The Dolphins, the way they ended the game against the Patriots, the way they started and ended the game with the Patriots, if they do that again against the Bills, we're going to look just as bad as the Jets, if not worse. That's what's going to happen. So,
well, you can use the word trash on your podcast. It's just us, not them.
Yeah, I know. I want to trash talk. I'm not trying to be the trash. That's not what I'm trying to look for.
Hey, you know the sad part, El Capitan?
So
we might do the undolphin thing and pull an upset, which would be crazy.
I mean,
that would be the unpopular thing.
Well, the only thing we can essentially hope for at this moment is the Bills will take us lightly. They'll look through us for some. Who do the Bills play next week?
I don't know.
I know they have no Milano and no Ed Oliver tomorrow night.
Michael K. Who do y'all play next week, Michael K?
Yeah, Michael K. Who do you play next week? But listen, this is a division team. Everybody shows up different a little bit for division games, but we'd have to catch them sleeping, catch them on the short week, like a weaker opponent, looking through us a little bit. That's gonna be the way. Now, I would never predict there's no chance for anything because I've seen too many great. They play the Saints next week, so they're not looking through the Dolphins to the Saints. That's just not happening. So if anything, they're going to pay more attention to this game. Plus, it's a home game. It's just, it really is not a ideal scenario for what seems to be an absolute reeling Dolphins team in every level, right? Just from coaching to management to quarterback expectations. They got Dan Marino out here doing damage control on, freaking NFL Network. I mean, when they anytime you see Dan Marino show up in the mainstream media to do interviews and do damage control, you're in a bad way. You're in a bad way. That's what that man gets paid for at this point. There's just so many things that are going against the Dolphins right now. The only thing, again, that we got going for us is that nobody expects a win. The Bills got to be not expecting to lose this game. And if
then we play
on a
Jets.
short week, I don't care about that. We better not even think about the Jets right now with being in Buffalo. Everything that needs to go right for the Dolphins would be essentially the best case scenario. What the fuck is this shit?
And the Bills are out 2 of their main defensive players.
Yep, no Matt Milano and no Ed Oliver tomorrow night.
Yeah, but we might not have Waddle. If you look at our list, we might be out 2 or 3 guys ourselves. So I mean, it's
that's typical for us. We're out.
Yeah, we're beat up anyway, Johnny O. That's nothing new. I know as of now they said Storm Duck is definitely out, and they said Waddle's questionable with a shoulder.
Waddle will play. Waddle's always
questionable. He'll play.
Waddle always plays. Honestly, because Waddle is showing up in the game questionable, bet the over on Waddle. Just being smart. That's what I would do. I would also, again, look, here's Mike McDaniel. If he was ever going to pull a miracle, if he was ever going to, revert back to what he knows will work for Tua for the sake of just trying to win this game, whatever, simplifying the offense that needs to happen, going back to Old Faithful, anything he's got up his sleeve is going to be called on Thursday, because a lot of people believe it's going to be his last game. I don't think it'll be his last game, even if they lose, unless it's an absolute embarrassing shellacking. Like if the Dolphins get shut out and lose by like 40 points, he'll get fired because everyone on planet Earth will expect it, including him. If they keep the game, if they lose by 2 touchdowns, I don't think he gets fired. I think they let him hang to the Jets game. In which case, I do also predicting them to beat the Jets and then him last another week. That's just the way things go.
I expect, if he does get fired, it's because the Jets are playing on prime time too. It's a 10-day space between games.
Yeah, back-to-back prime time for us.
But I mean, it's not like we're playing on Thursday, then we're playing on a Sunday. It's
a Monday night game. It's cool. Yeah. We got our rival jerseys. Listen, if they go 0-4 and lose in those rival jerseys, there's no way Mike McDaniel makes it out of that, dude. There's just no way.
Oh yeah, and I mean, people are going to start hating the rival jerseys if we lose that game too.
Who's high on those rival jerseys already? I got to be honest. They're not bad, but I feel like they missed an opportunity.
They look like the Miami Vice jersey.
No,
there's been so many cool people doing renditions of it that Miami had to go, we're going to be just original. Give the people what they want. I got to be honest, where the numbers are, and then that plastic shiny shit on the numbers is the tackiest garbage I've seen on all the jerseys. The color scheme I can vibe with, but not that shiny shit on the numbers.
You forget, Cap. Batman likes them.
I mean, I don't forget. Batman likes Batman is what is known as a fully cucked Dolphins fan. If the Dolphins could have it their way, we would only be Batmans. That's what they would love. They would love that.
Oh yeah.
because then nothing would matter. And they're getting close. Let's call it for what it is. There's people that, you know, they've got the money to burn on this no matter what. No matter what. It's literally like a budget, you know. They've got some kind of ticket purchase, sell some tickets, break even, get to go to every game. You know, there's that whole thing that goes on. So really, they got more on it than anything too. They're like, yeah, I want to be able to go to games. I'm not saying they're bad fans. I'm just saying that to them, it's more than just a fandom. It's an investment, and they look to break even on that investment. So they'll always, you know, bet on
Here's
bet
a
on
question
Aqua.
from Mondo. Will Ross let Greer tank twice and run it back?
I mean, I could see it. I don't think so because the fans will demand it. I don't know. Again, we say that now, but watch the linguistic gymnastics that Chris Greer and the Miami Dolphins can put together with, you know, throwing whomever under the bus to save Greer if that's the game they want to play. I think Greer's probably tired of it. I think he would then fall upward and be just one more cog in the wheel of collectivism that the Dolphins have. And then also they would hire some guy that would essentially just be another arm of the Hydra that is fucking the Miami Dolphins. That's who they are. They are literally a government agency that, you know, this is what you get with government agencies. They throw money at things and waste it, and then the shit falls apart and they go, I don't know. They have no infrastructure ideas. Everything's like, we're not going to fix the potholes in the roads, but I'll be damned if we're not going to have the best fireworks show money can buy. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's how the Miami Dolphins are. They are run like a small level municipality government. They will burn all their money on fireworks and the fucking you know, the fucking beer fest thing, which is cool. Everybody fucking loves it. That's why the mayor keeps getting voted in, right? Everybody loves the freaking Oktoberfest and everybody loves the 4th of July. So the mayor's going to keep getting voted in. But the roads are falling apart. The schools are falling to shit. And nobody really wants to talk about where the money's being wasted because everyone is, you know, and meanwhile, the mayor's got fucking, you know, he owns the firework company that's selling it to the town, and you know, he owns a fucking string of breweries or some shit, you know, like that's what we got. We have literal corruption in our fucking thing, and it's not corruption in the sense that it's like that, but it's corruption in the sense that they're just gonna rob you as long as you let them. That's it. They're gonna rob us as long as they can let them until we have literal educated enough fans to see beyond the football stuff, right? Beyond just the X's and O's. And I get it. Everyone wants to be, well, Cap, you can't talk about it because there's nothing you can do about it. Well, there's certainly shit you're going to do about it, not talking about it. You certainly are just bending over and saying, well, I'm just going to focus on the stuff at hand and try to hold their feet to the fire with that. They're going to continue to maneuver around that and give you something to buy themselves time. But if you call them out for what's really going on around here, and really hold their feet to the fire to what I perceive to be absolute just, you can't say that it's you can't say that it's accidental or whatever when it's like the 5th time I've watched them do this exact same build, this breakdown, this rebuild propaganda, this spike up and sell high and fucking tank the stock after it sells. I've watched it.
Yeah.
How many times do you think me and Johnny O have watched it?
Yeah.
Again, I'm just saying from like
How many times do you think I've watched it?
But boys, we've seen the teams do this and stuff like that, and owners, but not to the level of Stephen Ross. That motherfucker's got the playbook. He has the literal, like, he is literally writing what I would say is like the how-to for billionaires to make as much money as a Super Bowl winning team without winning anything. There's no other franchise that has made the money that hasn't hosted a fucking playoff game, won a playoff game. There's just not.
Know, we'd probably be better off if Ross didn't even have this team.
I would agree with that, but that ain't, you can't put toothpaste back in a bottle. Good luck taking a fucking team from a bajillionaire. That ain't happening. Just ain't
the funny thing is, after the game, did you see his press release? He
That
spoke about the Formula One racing. And
That was a joke. That was
I know, but I'm just saying that's how his mindset is anyway. Even if he didn't, he doesn't
Well,
care about, like you said, he's more into stacking up his chips, building his portfolio, and treating the team like he is a Super Bowl winning team when we're not winning.
no. Well, that I heard that Formula One was worth more than football.
well,
Well,
supposedly for the
One race in
one
Formula One would
one race,
give him more money than the football.
yeah,
John.
that is the statistic. He makes more money that weekend than he makes the entire football season.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, good night, everyone. Fins up. Color and I already break this down on the tailgate, where
Oh.
season he never made the amount that he made in the last 2 seasons, which is why he was able to sell a percentage off. He makes $4 on every dollar, and
Well,
this
no,
is
no, no.
because of the
It's more
skyline.
so. It's more than that, Sharif. You got to remember, he also. This is what businesses do when they go. They know that they want to sell something. They inflate their assets. That's why he re-signed literally everybody and had all this like couple year plan of these assets that then when they brought to the offering table, go, listen, I'm paying $1 billion in the next 5 years. I need this percentage. That's what I value it at. Look at what we got. Look at all this. So I got to run, boys. I'll see you guys.
Good to
Appreciate
see you, brother.
Yeah.
Good
y'all
seeing you,
out.
brother.
Good seeing you,
Make
bud.
the like button and subscribe so we can keep things going around here. Every time you hit the like button, it helps us out a little bit. How you doing, Sharif?
Yeah, man, I'm great. Hope everyone is doing okay. I think this is a I'm gonna try and look at it from a writer's perspective because I followed this team when they got Flores, and the thing about it is we were coming off the Pouncy situation, and before that, I think we were known to be like, oh, we're bullying people, and then the NFL is watching us. We've been investigated by the NFL. This is besides like taking your picks. Like we were known to be a very dysfunctional franchise. And then in one season, by touching the wall or being accountable for your penalties, your false starts, we were number one in NFL in discipline. I don't know what is happening, guys, but like it's happening all over the college campuses too, where you know if you're enforcing something so the United States can win and protect the world, now you're lowering the bar. So some cracks will actually be in the armor for the first time. And I don't appreciate, and I use that analogy. NFL is not made for people to you hurting me and you hit me too hard. It's not made for you. And this team has taken on college campuses to where they're not like I remember when like even Bo Camper can't even speak the way he wants to anymore. Bo
Well, I
Camper
remember
has to
when they had 2 days. You know.
Bo Camper has to clean up the way he speaks on TV. We all know what Bo Camper used to be like in the 90s on TV. He would tell you as like it is. They're
You know what?
forcing.
You know what that
Go
is,
ahead,
Sharif?
go
Everybody's afraid of a cancel culture. You
Yeah.
can't speak the way you want to speak anymore. You can't be forceful. You can't show any type of, oh, well, I don't like what he says, or he doesn't like what I say, or
So,
you get kicked
and
off
in
of
our case,
TV. Or
the
That's
discipline to be
wokeism.
number one in NFL in discipline. Like if you allowed Flores to just do what he did and do what he wanted to do, you would have probably find out a long time ago you didn't need to re-sign Tua, and you would have had players who would have either done it the Dolphins way or they would have been out of here.
Yeah.
If
Yeah. Tua
that was
wouldn't
too
have been
hard.
here.
That is canceled. You'll be canceled. You'll hurt feelings. You're speaking to me too hard. And this Dolphin organization, thank God I've won 2 championships in a row with the Florida Panthers. This I feel bad. I really feel bad for the Dolphin fans. and
Well,
myself. They're included.
Sharif, you know what the funny thing is? I was a Dolphin fan in 1970, so I actually seen them win the 2 championships. So I tell a lot of younger Dolphin fans, I feel bad for you because you're never going to see it because the culture is, like you said, there's a good way of doing things, and there's the way
One
we
time
do things.
came back, right? They hate Flores, and then they damaged his name, even though he had a qualified case against the NFL and against 2 head coaches working against him and managers. So even though he had a qualified case, they turned him out to be this dark soul in the hallway, sucking souls as you passed his front office. And oh, you couldn't look that way because Flores was so demeaning. And look what's happening now. We're getting the same goddamn thing, but you're getting it with a guy who's from Harvard. No control. There's no discipline. There's nothing that can be done in key times of the game where all of the operations, you're using all of the timeouts. So this what you was asking for, Stephen Ross? You said, oh, the communication was so bad with Flores that we had to. Well, the communication, sir, we lost the freaking game when A-Chain stepped out of the bound because of the communication. Stephen Ross, would you have rather Flores communication or this shit?
Who's from Harvard? Who's from
McDaniel.
Harvard? McDaniel's. Oh, okay. Well, that actually makes sense now. Jeez. Okay.
The Dolphins, they
Yeah, I
bark
see
like
what you're
dogs, but they
talking
walk
about.
like cats.
Yeah.
All we heard about was a culture change. They bark like dogs and walk like cats. We heard about the culture change. We heard about the Dolphins' problem is, like Sharif said, we have no alphas. None. The
No,
only
we
alpha
don't.
on
Thing
that
is,
team is Jordan Brooks. That's it.
Good evening,
the
Dolphin
writers
winner.
might have hated Flores. The
Winners,
fans
what's up,
might have
brother?
said, "Hey, Flores may not
Good evening,
speak. He may
everybody.
not say a lot. He may not open up about the team because he wants to be private about our playbook. But guess what? Flores produced wins. He produced discipline. He produced, you
Yeah.
do it this way and you get this result. And I'm telling you, if Flores was here in 2025, we wouldn't have had these issues. These issues would
I-
have not been here.
If we
No,
get
listen,
another
that,
disciplined coach, it may
that's
revert back to being good again. But I mean, until then, I don't
that's
know.
easy to say, but there's no proof in that. It's just a statement. You can't prove that if Flores was here, we'd be 2-0 or 1-1. I mean, that's just. I understand
Well,
what you're
The
saying.
he won.
operation, I'm talking about
He
the
went to the
operation.
playoffs at least 2 years in a
Things that
row.
high school teams do well. I mean, Achan stepped out of bounds. You literally lost the game because of your operation.
No,
Something
he
that
stepped
Pep
out of
Warner
bounds.
did right.
Come on, he stepped out of bounds because there was 2 guys coming
I'm
at
not
him and he was
arguing
trying to
that.
make a
I'm
move.
arguing the operation
If
of
he
your
stayed in
head
bounds, he
coaching
was going to
staff
get
that lost
tackled.
the game.
McDaniel
Pep
cost us
Warner
the game.
head coach get that right.
Achan was trying to cut against the grain. He had 2 guys on the sidelines. He had to step out of bounds. I
Well, he
mean,
had to try
it
to
was
make a
so
move, and he
fast.
happened to step out of bounds. Yeah.
Yeah. But it still goes to the management of the play calling. A lot of these
4
guys were
years
waiting for a
in,
play call,
you're
and there was
still
no play
blowing
call.
time and you're still not getting the operation and you're still having to rush in play. Stop guys. Hey, don't motion here. Go back. You 4 years in. This is what you want instead of Flores, Stephen Ross.
I
Now
don't
we're
know
gonna
why
get
you're talking
I,
about
now
why
we're
Flores.
do
gonna
you keep
get
bringing up?
competitive.
Why do you keep
Why
bringing
do
up
you keep
Flores?
bringing up
Flores
Flores? He's a
lost the roster as well.
non-contributor. He's a non-factor. Let's get off this Flores thing because he's not on the team. You can say what if all day long. Flores is not here, so I'm that conversation to me is over. That's a mute point. Let's talk about
They
what we have right
made
now.
him out to be this evil sometime to me. Oh, he's the Queen Dracula of Disney. Don't look at him. And now
Oh boy!
Can we
If
stop?
hey, I'll say a magic word. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Right.
He's not in the
Can I go real
Dolphins
quick?
operation. He hasn't been with us. So why
Can
are
I,
we still talking about him?
can I talk a little bit, gentlemen? Can I talk a little
Sure.
bit
Go
since
ahead.
I just got in
Go ahead,
here?
brother.
First, I want to say good evening to everybody, first and foremost. I heard a little bit what you guys were talking about. The key thing about this whole thing is the culture. And until the Miami Dolphins decide to bring in, because I'm going to say this, and I understand what you're saying, Johnny O. about Flores is not a part of the organization anymore. But guess what? Flores was an alpha. You know, Vic Fangio was an alpha. Vic Fangio was there for 1 year. He came to Philadelphia and won a fucking Super Bowl. And this is what kills me with this Miami Dolphins culture. And I mean all the way around. Front office, players, coaches, the whole thing. Until that culture changes down there, we ain't winning shit. We're going to get blown the fuck out tomorrow night. I want to have hope that we can win tomorrow. I think we're going to get blown the fuck out tomorrow night. It's not going to be pretty. And I think we're going to get blown out by the Jets, too. That's going to hurt even fucking more. So until we, the Dolphins, the current Dolphin team, decide to get their head off their asses and actually play like they want to fucking play, because listen, you was at the game, Papa Paul was at the game, Derek was at the game, we watched the games on our TVs, okay? What I seen was defense that couldn't stop a nosebleed. The offense was the offense. And we're still doing the same shit, even with 2 touchdowns, 315, and 1 interception. He's still doing the same dumb shit. And I'm tired of hearing the fucking press conferences with McDaniel and fucking Tua. And I'm tired of hearing Tua that I don't want to listen to the outside noise. It's time for you to listen to the outside noise. You got people that don't go on social media after a game and went on social media that are season ticket holders and saying changes need to be made now. And this is a fucking problem when you have season ticket holders that are sick and tired of this fucking same old bullshit. And that's exactly what it is. We all love this team. Every single one of us in this panel, everybody's in the chat loves this team for the exception of Michael K. Everybody loves this fucking team. And after a while, it really starts to lead to a point of when are we going to get our shit together? And I don't see us getting our shit together anytime soon.
Well, it's been 25 years since we got our shit together.
And I apologize. I apologize if I was, pushing Florida. The thing is, I was afraid of him. I knew he wouldn't give away anything, and I knew he would get pressure to the quarterback. And I know he would hurt quarterbacks. He hurt 4 quarterbacks in a row. The reason why we won 8 in a row coming down that stretch is because we hurt a bunch of starting quarterbacks. Because Flores doesn't give a shit. He would hurt your quarterback. My point is, he didn't have a give a shit attitude. And that turned on to the players like Landon Roberts and other guy. That turned on to the offense. Tua trucking a safety from the Jets. I'm only saying, bro, it's gone, bro. You speak too hard to a player, you're going to hurt Ramsey's feelings. You're going to hurt
But I'll tell you what, we had the defense that liked Flores.
Well, there was plenty of players that liked him.
What did you expect?
There was plenty of players that liked him. There was
coordinator before he came here. My bad, John. Go ahead.
There was plenty of players that liked him. There's players that didn't like him, but he's no longer with the organization. We're talking about what we have right now. I mean, it's
right. Well, right now it's not working.
No, the coach we have is too soft. He's got no control over his locker room. He wants to be buddies with the players. He wants to wear, these $10,000 sneakers on his damn feet while he's on the sidelines or whatever the hell they cost. He wants to have his pants pulled up so you can see his skinny little calves and shins. Dude, be a head coach. Be the damn head coach of the team. You are the leader, and you're not leading.
I have said this since Dave Wanstead has left. Our team is softer than cotton candy. When the Dolphins in the mid early 2000s with the physical defense, Darryl Gardner, Tim Bowens, where they were physicality, Madison and Sertan at the corners, Brock Marion at safety, Jack Thomas, we were physical defense. We went to the whole cotton candy routine, South Beach, everything's fun and games. The coach running around wearing Louis Vuitton sweats and Nike designer sneakers. And the problem with the Dolphins is no alphas. We've gone over maybe 20 years with first-time coaches, no discipline. Everything's turned into me. Who cares about you? And Miami was a destination that everybody wanted to go to early 2000s because they were a decent winning team. They weren't a Super Bowl team, but they were playoff-laden team all the time. I went to their last playoff win. I went to their last playoff 2 losses. And the sad part about the Dolphins is when Wayne Huizinga, who was similar to Ross, he'd throw money at a problem, throw money at a problem, throw money at a problem. We were the champs of free agency every year. You can go back, Mike Wallace and Dominican Sue. We can keep going on and on and on. The problem with the Dolphins, like Saul said, is we got a fan base that, everybody was so excited about these jerseys. Yeah. Well, you're not excited about the product on the field. We have time management issues. We got a head coach who wants to be everybody's buddy and everybody's friend. And then guys weren't showing up for meetings, showing up late, showing up even if they were showing up at all. Strip clubs, partying. And it gets to the point where we as fans, like I told a lot of the younger fans, I feel bad for you guys because I actually seen them win. I have actually seen them win a Super Bowl. And that feeling you get, because Saul lives in a state where they won the Super Bowl. People walk around with a chip on their shoulder as fans, talking shit.
It's almost
What's
like
that?
Stephen Ross said. It's almost like Stephen Ross said. You know what? I want communication. If I want Tom Brady to come on the boat, I want you to shut up and let Tom Brady come on the boat. McDaniel can do that. I want you to shut up and try to work with this person inside trading. And I want you to shut up and do it. McDaniel will do that. So Stephen Ross might have traded that for a guy who would communicate and work with him, but that may not bring the result. Flores wasn't willing to cheat, but Flores wasn't going to bring you the result either. I'm not going to say that, but we're not getting anywhere by you having a guy who's going to try and cheat for you, Ross. You still didn't get anywhere.
I think our problem, like I said earlier, is we have no alphas and we have no discipline in the coaching position. I think in the future, I'm not saying anybody in particular, but we need someone who's previously been a good head coach. Now, I'm not saying a Super Bowl coach. I'll just throw out names, and I'm not saying I want these guys, but we need a Mike McCarthy type. We need a Rex Ryan type. We need we could have had a Vrabel type. Someone who has that get up and go, someone who people are going to respect rather than, the coach comes in and guys are like, he ain't going to be here in a year. Because that's how I think the mentality of our team is. We don't have that. We don't have that leader where you're a Tyreek Hill or you're a Bradley Chubb or you pick anybody on the roster that looks at the head coach and says, I know he'll be here 8 years or he'll be here 5 years. The only reason McDaniel has been there is because the first 2 seasons, they were a playoff team. So in everybody's mind, and I keep bringing this up, people jumped over bridges when we scored 70 points. Yeah, so they thought that was going to be everybody thought that was going to be the normal. We didn't score 30-plus points again until the Washington game later in that year. And then after that, we lost to Tennessee, which was one of the worst losses I've seen on Monday night when we were up 14 in 4 minutes and we lost. And then we had to go on the road and play with Skylar Thompson at Buffalo. There's games you just say to yourself, like Sharif had said, I mean, we could all say woulda, coulda, shoulda. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But, the sad part about the Dolphins is for the last, I'd say 15 plus years, we draft finesse. We look to be the track team like we're in the Olympic gold medalists. We're the fastest team on the planet. Yeah, okay. But when those leaves turn brown, October into November, the Dolphins fold like a Christmas freaking tree that you're putting away for the year. We have no initiative. We played with no urgency. We played softer than cotton candy. The season opener, we looked as though it was the first day of mini camp. We didn't look prepared by no means. None.
And
even Larry Zonka said it was terrible. Okay?
Yeah.
When Larry Zonka says something, bad about the team, that's saying something. That should tell you a whole bunch.
I gotta wonder, though, guys, is Chris Greer sabotaging this team? Because look at it. If
here's the thing. I got something.
Because to me, right, you got to build a wall, right? And you cannot overlook a wall of offensive linemen. Over the past 5 seasons, he could have had Zach Todd. He could have had the guy, the kid who went to the Chargers. He could have had, I'm going to say Tristan Wirfs for nice as well. Ruiz. My point is, Chris Greer this is my opinion. I think he intentionally not drafted them. I don't know what the hell he's doing, bro. You
No,
that's
I
you're
I
hiding reason,
before
bro.
you
That's
even came
treason,
on,
bro.
I said the same thing. I'm going,
That's
are
treason.
they were they actually trying to tank
They weren't trying to help
without
Tua, bro.
saying to tank?
They weren't trying to help Tua with that line. You
Oh
you you,
no.
you
I'll
had to
I'll
pick
get,
six. Go
Sharif, I don't
ahead,
mean
go
to
ahead.
cut you off. I'm going to give you even a better one than that. You remember the draft of Tua? We could have drafted Penei Sewell and then traded back and got Jordan Love. That's what Brian.
You could have got Tua. Exactly.
That's what Brian Flores wanted.
Exactly.
But Greer
Yeah.
didn't
The
want
big
that.
the big picture did worse, but you
He stuck
still
with
could have
Tua.
got Penei Sewell. You could have gotten yourself Cesar Ruiz. You could have turned around and got the kid who's in Chargers right now, and Zach Todd. So you'd have been good. You still would have gotten Robert Hunt in the second, and you still would have gotten yourself good people in the third round who you wanted.
I'm not saying
No,
about all of those guys. I'm just saying with the actual report
the
that
only
came out,
person who would
they
have been
argued
missing is
about
Waddle.
Penei Sewell, and they should have drafted, but they made the big trade to get, all the other assets for Waddle
The
the
only
next
thing they
season
would have been
because
missing is
Waddle was at
Waddle.
Alabama.
Can I
They would
ask?
have had Benai
Evening,
receiver.
Ollie.
The only thing that would have been missing is
What's
Waddle.
up, Ali? I
Good.
missed you on Sunday.
No, I saw you, sir. I shook hands with you. You didn't
Did
miss.
you?
Yeah, you don't. Shh.
Dude, I was
If,
seeing so many people and taking pictures, and
I was standing up there. I was
that's
standing
what
up.
happens, Johnny O. You're like Elvis.
Yeah,
dude,
I was there with Derek and Papa Paul, and
oh, okay.
you were on a mission. You walked right past Allie, and then next thing I know, you were on a mission for something. But I got a question about this because I keep hearing about how we wanted Jordan Love, and we could have gotten Penei Sewell and then traded down or whatever and got Jordan Love or whatever, right? I keep hearing this. If you guys remember, prior to that draft, everybody knew the tank was on and that we were tanking. We were trading assets left and right, getting a killing for them for all this draft capital, right? And we had it. What's to say the NFL was already advised we were purposefully tanking, which is technically, it's a gray area, right? What's to say that they didn't tell the Miami Dolphins, listen, we know what you guys are doing. You got to sit in it now. Otherwise, there may be even further ramifications. And they had to pick Tua regardless. Like they didn't have a choice.
Well, they could have drafted Herbert because Herbert went after Tua if that was the case.
No. See, the whole point was everybody knew who we were tanking for from the get-go. That's what
understandable. But that first round, the first pick in that draft that year was Joe Burrow.
No.
Right, but what he's saying is that the NFL came in and said if you're going to tank, you have to take Tua no matter what.
Yeah, because that's what everybody was saying. Tank for Tua. The Miami Dolphins were at,
but Ali, the reason they were saying that is before he got hurt. Because he was the best quarterback in college football before he got hurt.
You purposefully already tanked at that point. See, the reason I'm bringing this up, all right, please understand where I'm coming from, right? I think the NFL already knew we were tanking on purpose already way before all this investigation and stuff that was done. And because of that, I think they forced us to say, hey, okay, you guys did this. Now you got to sit in it regardless. Maybe we weren't going to take Tua after he got injured. Maybe we were going to take somebody else. And they said, no, if you do that, this is what's going to happen. And the reason I bring this up, in other sports, this happened and they forced the team to still go with their original plan, right?
I don't know if that could happen, though.
No, but
it sounds good. I mean, that's a lot of conspiracy theorists.
That's what I'm asking about.
That's all we're doing, though, because we had somebody on a boat that
2 years prior, right? 2 years prior to the investigation. That was in 2019. They were watching us. So Ali could be right. They were on to us 2019 on the boat, and conversations and texts from Flores either not being hired by the Giants and then being hired by us. So that's 2019. They've been watching.
That happened afterwards. But my point is that let's be real. I personally think that the NFL knows a lot of what goes on behind the scenes. There's very, very little stuff that gets past them. And I personally think that they were like, you know what, we'll let them tank, but there's not going to be no funny business after that. And that's why we had to end up taking Tua regardless, because we already went through with all of this trading assets left and right. You know what I mean? I kind of think they made us sit in it, to be honest.
Now, this time,
but you know, that sounds good.
This time, if we do tank, they probably won't do anything because we've already, gone through the Tua thing.
I don't.
Ali, I think the only thing with that is we even if everything you're saying could be correct, even if it is, we didn't have to take Tua because he was damaged goods. He barely did his own, like, he had to post his own video of his workout because he wasn't able to do anything.
I don't think
you're saying that they had to tell Dolphins to take him.
I understand what you're saying, Ali.
Yeah, I don't think Russell understands because he's saying that we had other options. I'm telling you that I think the NFL said, no, you don't have any other options. I think.
I can't see how the NFL could tell you can't take whatever you want to take. There's no way. It's not a communist. It's possible, but it's not a communist regime. They could say, okay, I was going to draft Johnny O, but we found that his medical, he didn't clear it. So again, hypothetically, mind you, Tua hadn't been on the field. They had to wait on his results. Okay, now I can say I don't want him now. He's damaged goods. They can't say you have to take him.
Well, maybe, I mean, I understand what Ali's saying, and maybe the NFL, how do we know what that card said when the commissioner read it off? It could have said somebody else's name, and he just said Tua.
Well, but
you could have turned the card in after.
We don't ever get to see those cards.
Yeah, but the NFL does. The NFL has to see it.
Hold on,
because they have to take. The rest of the NFL has to see the card because they have to take that person off their boards.
But if for us it's something illegal. NFL could have said that. Okay, he could have said,
"John, quiet." Anything can happen in these days. First of all, we were saying we were tanking for Tua long before he got hurt, and that's where it's coming down. Well, you're going to tank for Tua. You're going to get Tua no matter what.
Right.
But I understand that, Paul, but there is no guarantee that you had to take him. I don't care what anybody says. If you say, okay, we were tanking for Tua all year. We started out bad at that year regardless. Okay, we traded assets and we moved things for Tua. Yes, you are right there. But now Tua gets hurt week 6 or 7. He was out for almost a year. Now, nobody can tell you, okay, so John goes to buy a new car. They sell John a car without an engine. John's going to say, well, you have to take the car?
Russell, right there, you made a good point, Russell, right? Because right there, that evaluation came from Greer's camp, because what Greer said was Tua's eliteness is so far and above Herbert and the rest of these Jordan Loves that at his hurt hip level, he still is way above a prospect coming out of college. That's bad evaluation on Greer when you had a healthy Herbert and a healthy Love. That's all that.
Hey, while we're on the Tua talk here, my question since I drove home Sunday, Tua's been with McDaniel now for 4 years. Why is it that we know McDaniels is very terrible with trying to get the plays in? Why we are paying him $55 million a year? Why doesn't he not know the offense enough now to go up and call a hot route and have 4 or 5 plays in his arsenal to drive the damn ball down the field? We're talking about all this prior stuff, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Why can't that's what I'm frustrated about. I've been a major Tua supporter. But it's like, you got to put up or shut up. Like, there's no excuses. And then I did watch a video from Kurt Warner showing where they were all supposed to for the first interception. They were all supposed to run three slants, and they didn't. Tyreek hit the guy, and then decided to go in, and then when Tua threw the ball, Tyreek decided to go up the field. So
Right.
I just don't understand why we don't have. We know that the game management has been having issues. Why is Tua not being a Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, Burrow, somebody that where he can be able to call play? He's got all them damn plays on his wristband. Why is he not stepping up and making it happen?
I can answer that. If you want to look at the direct video, you can listen to Omar Kelly ask Tua, but also Coach Will Smith and also Ryder McConville broke this down. The offense goes through the O line first. So it used to be Armstead who would call the O line in the first 30 seconds when you're going on to the next play. The substitutions would be from 30 to 15 seconds. Tua would make motions from 15 to 0 seconds, and then he has freedom to make checks or lookouts. That's how difficult the play. So the play gets in from an offensive unit, then another play gets in from McDaniel, then Tua sets his motions, and all this has to be done in a 35-second play
But
clock.
nobody was
That's
getting
the
the play
difficult.
in.
Yeah, because
And
it's so.
they simplified it this week.
He
They
didn't simplify
simplified
it.
a
He still
bunch.
can't call the damn play.
Listen. I can answer his question a little bit easier, but it is a very, very complex system, and I kind of think it's too complex for our quarterback, to be honest. But the reality is this: you asked the question was, why is he not doing things that Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or any of these other top elite quarterbacks do? I can tell you really easily why, and I'm going to use the exact verbiage that Tua Tagovailoa has said not one occasion, multiple occasions now. From the get-go, he said he's not a hero. He's not your hero type quarterback. And he's not, even in the most recent press conference, he even said Josh Allen can do more than half the stuff that I can do. And he can do way more than that. So,
but he did it in college, Ollie. He did it in college when he came in not knowing the play. He still ran an offense. I know it's not as sophisticated, but he still was able to do it. Either McDaniel's offense is trash and it's too much, and we need to dumb it down to our quarterback. I mean, if you look at all these other quarterbacks, they're still making audibles on the play and don't need.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Look at it this way. This offense is so derived based on Tua's abilities that any variable you throw in there, it's going to fall like dominoes. That's part of the problem. At Alabama, you're right. He didn't have that problem because they didn't have the variables that the NFL does. They had a superstar team against way lesser talent. Look what happened when they went up against real elites like Joe Burrow. He folded. Right, he lost that LSU game, if memory serves me right. And even if you look at if you say, well, he's the champion, he won a national championship. Yeah, he came in at his second half because the other quarterback wasn't getting done, and he really only won half a game. He didn't win a championship nor a championship season. That's the fact.
True, I agree.
And that guy that got benched just won the Super Bowl. And I'm going to tell you this, gentlemen, right now. If the Eagles win against the Rams this week and go into Tampa Bay and meet Tampa Bay the week after, I'm telling you guys right now, the Eagles are finding ways to win these games and these tough road games and these tough games. If the Eagles fuck around and start getting on the road, they're going back again. I know it's early, but they're going to go back again. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Eagles are going to win it again too. I agree with Winters, 100%.
Well,
I'm not going to say that after 3 weeks. The Eagles are tough. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be hard to deal with. Definitely. I'm still on the fence that there's a lot of season to be played. Something could happen. I mean, the Eagles, without question, the class of the NFC. But the Rams are nipping on their heels, and so aren't the Packers, and so aren't the Bucks.
I'd say right now the best team in the NFC right now is the Packers, hands down.
I'm still going to say the Eagles are.
Derek, I do agree. Packers are good, though. I definitely like them as well.
They are good, but I still think the Eagles are still the best team in the NFC.
Until somebody beats the Eagles, they're the best team. And as long as every team loses one game, at least we got that. But our season, if we don't beat Buffalo, our season's over.
Well, we're not leading.
Hey, Johnny, me and Saul, and I'll give a shout out to my man Jason in Alabama. We were talking about this already. Mike McDaniel, the governor is not giving you a reprieve. You'll go right to the electric chair. There's no green mile. There's no reprieve. Listen, I already done had enough of it.
And the
Listen,
sad part
guys,
is,
Tua
Some
the
of
went
the
sad
on the
part
things.
is,
interview, and he
Pull
said
the
he can't
switch.
do half the stuff Josh Allen does, and he can't throw half like Josh Allen. Did you see that interview today?
Tua says some of the dumbest shit in the world. I can't see over the offensive lineman. I can't
If
do half of what
you're
Josh
paying the
Allen
guy,
does.
Yep.
sorry,
If
two
I can't see
hundred
you, I can't
twenty-five
hit you.
million dollars.
Like you don't supposed to say like that's where his honesty and see once again with the we're growing a culture where a guy can soon come out and say I'm gonna come out of the closet and you're gonna allow me to stay in the NBA or in the NFL, and that's the kind of culture we're building. Oh, you spoke to me too hard. Oh, you're offending me. Oh, you made me feel traumatized. And then now you got to take this player through healing. He got to visit Jonathan. I forgot the guy who we bullied. Or come on, man,
Jonathan Martin.
Jonathan Martin.
Dude, here's the
So
we talk about what Tua says. How'd you like being his teammate when your quarterback goes out there and says, "I can't do half of what this other quarterback does"?
this is
You
what
really
I'm
want to be
saying.
on the
So
same team as him?
I can't see over the line. If I can't see you, I can't hit you. Guess what? I can't throw that 80 yards. It's gonna be a 40-yard comeback, like TD says. And you're too honest, bro. You're better. You know what? When you were under Flores, you would tell the media to ask Flores that question. And I want that
Yeah.
to back. I honestly want that to back. Look, man, ask Flores that question. Because what you're doing to me now is I'm not the leader that you think I am. I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna bite me in the ass. And I love the Tua when you shut up and just say, "Hey, ask that coach. Don't ask me that."
So, when in NFL history have you seen a quarterback of his stature that is a starter tell everyone up front half the stuff that he can't do?
I know.
I've
I
never,
can't remember anybody.
Wouldn't
And
that
it's a
be the
division
benefit
rival.
for
A
the other
rival.
team?
Never seen it, Ali.
not even
Never.
the
I've never
worst
seen it.
quarterbacks in the NFL have done this.
Listen,
Like I
I
said,
mean, that's the
like
advantage
I
for
said
Buffalo.
earlier, the governor's on the phone. Pull the
Why?
chair. Give these guys the electric chair.
here's a great example. Kirk Cousins has made an astronomical amount of money being a decent quarterback, but never opening his mouth, just going out and playing the game. And teams keep paying him to come play for them.
You like that?
Oh,
I'd rather have a guy shut his mouth and go on national TV and say, "I can't do half of what the guy I'm going against this week can do."
It's unbelievable.
We live in a soft culture, me first type of thing, and we got a quarterback that bleeds Kool-Aid.
And
He's
guess
sweet,
what?
and we ain't going nowhere.
Alan Poupart pointed this out. Alan Poupart pointed this out. He didn't like how Tua said, "Show me the money." He doesn't like how Tua mentioned the things that he can't do or his superpowers that he doesn't have. He doesn't, and also. Oh, you show me the money now. When you got the money, now you're gonna admit the things that you can't do 80 yards. I can't stretch the field, and I
Hey,
can't run. So, but
you
you got
know,
your money, bro.
we don't have Batman, we don't have Robin, we have Alfred.
Yeah. And then
Because
Tua makes the comment about, "I told my receivers to track the ball." No, put the goddamn ball where it's supposed to be.
Vince Lombardi, the great
I've
Vince
never heard
Lombardi once said, "I'm
You
sorry,
guys have one messed up quarterback.
No shit.
that's true."
And
The
you
only
paid
the
him
only way we're
$220
fixing this
million. He is, I think,
is get rid of Greer,
I
get
think
rid
he's
of
a top
McDaniels.
5 paid quarterback in the NFL. Top 6.
Dude, it is so bad that Vince Lombardi himself, right, who once said in a speech, he said that, winning is a habit, but so is losing. In his grave right now, he's probably rolling over saying, "Oh my God, you don't have a bad habits. You have a terminal illness That's probably what he's saying about Tua right now. Because do you think he would be okay with Tua saying these things about the other quarterback? Would you think he'd be okay with it? No great coach that's ever led teams in the NFL would do that. Not Mike Ditka,
No,
none of these guys would. John Madden, none of these guys would be okay with it. This is
I understand being a class act, but come on now, like he wouldn't like you guys said, he would never have said that before he got the money. It's like he's given up on the team. They're fucking soft, and I'm sick of it. I was so pissed.
Think about it.
He went away.
Like, I was
He
so
went
irritated.
home.
Guys,
He
in
went
the early
home. He didn't
70s,
have the holdout. He didn't train with Tyreek since Tyreek said he traded him after game 17. So he went and didn't do the holdout. He went to Hawaii and went with his wife, played video games like he said. He wakes up, makes what did he say? He wakes up and makes cereal and plays video games with his wife. That's what he did all off season. And see, this is a type of thing where I don't think I would ever hear that from Dan Marino, bro.
not only that, listen, not just Dan Marino. Would Don Shula have
Not
let
just him,
Bob
a lot of
Greasy get up
players.
there and say, I can't do half of what the other guys do? Bob
Hell
Greasy was
no.
not a great, talented quarterback, but he could lead a team. He was a leader. He could, Super Bowl, he threw the ball 8 friggin' times.
Yeah,
But they still
Against
won.
Minnesota. Yep,
But-
against Minnesota. Yep.
Right, but
He was
but,
a general because he knew how to go down the field.
I think we're
right, but
lucky to
Greasy
have
wouldn't have got up
played
there
how
and
to
said
play.
that I can't do half of what Fran Tarkenton does.
Right.
Mm.
Johnny,
Right.
it's plain and simple. You don't put in the work, you're going to come out on the field at showtime and look like shit. And that's exactly what McDaniels is doing. They're not putting the work in, and everything that we all thought was BS with Vic leaving, all that stuff's coming out, and we're really seeing it that it's that terrible. We're
And I
soft.
saw,
We
I'm
are soft.
sorry. I saw one play Tyreek Hill was pissed off too when Tua, I think he underthrew the ball or overthrew it.
No, he
And
overthrew
Hill
it. He
was
sailed
wide
it over his
open.
head.
Is wide open too. Hey, Saul,
You know what?
will you
Go
let
ahead.
them know the governor's on the phone?
Well,
These guys need. These
that
guys
one
are
play-
softer than cotton candy, and they're already on. They're already on dead man walking, and the governor's on the phone. Pull the cord, lose all the games because I mean this is just embarrassing. I mean,
Well, here's the
we're all
problem. If we get the
fans.
number one pick, if we get the number one pick, what are we going to do with it?
Right.
I'll trade down maybe to 3 or 4 and get a gang of picks because we need help
I
everywhere.
agree. I
One
agree.
guy is not going to help the Dolphins. If
And
we
you
ended
can't-
up, hypothetically, guys, if we ended up with the number 1 pick, I'm trading. Somebody wants to trade up because there's somebody stupid. There's always a dummy. Hey, P.T. Bonham, a sucker's born every minute. Somebody will trade up. We'll get a gang of picks. We need help everywhere. We don't need one guy. One guy's not going to help us. Our offensive line is a joke. Austin Jackson, he's got to go. He's hurt all the time now. We were all high. We were all high on Ollie Gordon. They run him one time.
Mhm.
Malik Washington's playing pretty well. We all heard about Taj Washington. We haven't seen him yet. Akine got 1 ball. Waller, get him out of here. He's Jalen. He's what's his name there? Part 2. Odell Beckham Part 2. He's Odell Beckham Part 2. Get him out of there. We need a lot of help. Starting with the head coach. Get him out of there.
And do you know who our lowest rated offensive lineman was for the week?
The new guard.
Yeah, the rookie.
Yeah, the rookie.
Yeah, 7-yarder.
Yeah, but I would say this, right? Vic Fangio taught us that you have to go to Chris Greer's office to ask for help, right? Because Fangio said, I need linebackers. If anyone remembers press conference, I think it was one of the before the preseason game 3, he said, I need linebackers in here. I need more guys. I need help. And this is with Ramsey. And if Fangio is saying that, what that tells me is if Frank Smith needs more help for blocking for Agene, for blocking for Tua, or if I forgot the offensive coordinator, if Studsvilles need help for the running back room, or if Bevel needs help, they have to go to Chris Greer's office. Now, when I said that Steve Ross likes yes men, that means Chris Greer is going to tell you, you're going to get what I put in the pot and use that. We still have a terrible O-line depth. we still are terrible at cornerback depth, right? So Chris Greer is telling Weaver and telling McDaniel that that's enough. I'm doing what the hell I'm doing, and then you're gonna take it and like it. So because Fangio asked for help, he didn't get it last season, 2 years ago, but he still was top 10 in the defense. My thing is, what Fangio taught us as fans is Chris Greer is gonna give you what he gives you, and you're gonna like it and go to bed. That's it.
Well,
And the crazy part about this is though, like the Bills have 2 players out tomorrow. They're not gonna miss a beat. That's the difference between coaching and culture change up there. They have depth. They have what they need. You're gonna have them 2 guys out, and they're gonna ball out like tomorrow, and it's not even gonna make a difference.
Hey, Derek, you know what that is? That's the difference between Kool-Aid and Johnny Walker Black.
That's called
One is
accountability.
hard and one is sweet.
True, but that's the difference is that's accountability. You're being paid. It's like a job. It don't matter if you're making $1 or $1 million. You're going to show up the same, and you're all one, and that's the difference.
I may need to go buy Johnny Walker Blue Label tomorrow. To be honest, that's how drunk.
just to watch the game.
If Joey Bosa gets Tua,
Listen,
if Bosa gets Tua tomorrow, he could be out.
Hey, I can tell you already. By midway through the first quarter, I'll be upstairs watching my girl watching Housewives of Orange County.
It's sad that I'm looking. Hey, this is for winners. Hey, I'm more looking forward to Brock Lesnar coming back on Saturday than my Dolphins tomorrow night.
You ain't never motherfucking lied about that, bro.
You guys know if Joey Bosa does that hit he did on Fields, Tua will be out. If Bosa gets Fields. Sorry, if Bosa gets Tua.
Oh yeah. If Tua hits his head, he's done. And that,
Watch out for Bosa.
And Bosa can play both sides of the ball too.
That's a bad player on the edge. That's a good
I want to see. I want to see yours. I want to see yours in the game.
I think Quinn Ewers has it. I think he's a gamer. I think he got that Johnny Manziel and that Baker Mayfield.
He's got the dog. He's a dog. He's got that fight instinct.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take the opposite course here. No, he's not a dog. He's just as soft as Tua. He's just right-handed, and that's a fact. Go back to college, right? Go back to high school. Go back to his high school tape. That's when he was a dog. That's when he used to let his ball hang, right?
Gee, we're going way back, ain't we? Why don't we go to his middle school tape?
Go to college tape. You're laughing, but I'm being 100% serious.
Oh, he's not hard. He's soft. He is hard. He is soft.
He is soft. And I'll tell you why. You go look at the college tape, right? He beats up on all the weak teams, the teams that you're supposed to beat up on.
I get
but
you.
when it comes to playing teams like the Buffalo
Yeah, he is.
Bills, he's gonna fold just like Tua does. We already have a Quinn here. He's just left-handed.
Okay.
Yep, he's Skylar Thompson Part 2, just with a little more talent.
Hello.
At least substantiated his case.
Hello. The only problem with getting Hewers on the field is that Zach Wilson would have to go first and get injured.
Governor's online too. Governor online too.
If Tua gets hurt, we're all gonna be wearing bags over our heads all season.
You're not playing Zach Wilson. You're not playing yours. You're playing Tua tomorrow. Your coach is stubborn.
Well, we know that. I mean, it's
we're saying if Tua ever get injured, that would be the only
we don't know.
listen.
I mean, if you go back
Our
and look
coach
at
is stubborn, stupid, maybe stoned. I don't know.
if you go back and look at the 2023 season, when McDaniels actually held him accountable, the team actually played well. And they got there's no accountability. The offense, the talent is there, but if you don't have accountability, you have nothing. You could have the best of best, but if you don't have accountability, you have nothing.
So when did McDaniel held him accountable?
Listen, dude, like we haven't even. That is amazing. Do you know who hurt Tua twice? Do you know who showed Tua his first concussion and the fingers? Look, it was the Buffalo Bill. I know Tua has some fear inside of his heart, saying, "Boy, this team could do a dirty hit on me, or if I try to run and for the first down, I'm done." I know he has that in his head, bro.
Yeah,
the Bills
psychologically intimidated of him. Then
Well, at least Milano's out. Milano did all the dirty hits.
Yeah, he's not playing tomorrow. It ain't gonna matter. They could have Bruce Smith play tomorrow. They could have O.J. Simpson running the ball. The Dolphins are history.
Whoa. If they
It
have O.J.
does not
Simpson running the
matter.
ball, we got no chance because we can't tackle him. He's a ghost.
The
Yeah,
funny,
well, that's what I said. We ain't got no shot regardless.
I think Tua is really feeling the pressure this season
Yeah,
because
I
he doesn't
you know,
throw
we,
the interceptions like he did early in the
hey, you know what
season.
the funny thing, the unreliable Dolphin thing would be they would come out and play like gangbusters and win the game. I mean, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but that would be the undolphin thing to do.
I was about to talk about it because there's a couple
Hey,
of
if you
things
guys
that
want to make some money, put $5 on the Dolphins. You'll be rich if we win.
Yeah, well,
I,
one of
I,
the things we haven't talked about today is the lack of tackling on the defense.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
but I think
hey,
I think
Johnny O, you just said
out there.
Johnny O, you
I
just said a
think
magic word. The only time we stopped New England it was because it was the 2 plays before halftime. They were taking a knee.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to take the
That was
defense a couple of
pathetic.
weeks to get together. And I think Weaver right now is probably in preseason game 3 or 4 coming up. I think the preseason 2 weeks off before week 1 that doesn't help anyone. It showed in Indianapolis. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. Even we thought we were good against the Bears scrimmage. We thought we were good against the. No, we weren't. Clearly. So to me, I think we're in Weaver's in his preseason game still. To me, trying to teach this defense. Um, that being said, I did watch the All 22. Tua went under snap since 2022. He didn't do that anytime. So Tua going under snap is something that they featured, and then they allowed him. It's like for the first, it's like that was their backdoor of, they took the NFL took away these plays. So let's just go to the pro set NFL plays, which is I'm under center. I'm gonna do a 7-step drop or 5. You could see that his footwork was crazy, and because of that, some throws were off the mark, some reads were off the mark. But it's new to Tua dropping back from under center and also signaling while crouching. That he doesn't do that. And so I think what McDaniel is doing is this is my last bullets. If I get fired, I'm gonna get fired going back to the traditional offense, which I know, defenses can't coach for because if I go to this jet motion thing, defenses have honed in on the middle. They're forcing you to throw outside the numbers. And so what McDaniel and Bevel has done, I think what is a good job they've done is they're making sure the ball gets out of Tua's hand on the first 3 reads. But the thing about it is he's going to make his read quicker once he's under center and once he's coming out of the and look at his numbers over 300 yards. Trying to make a play. I don't want to hear Tua say at the podium, I was just trying to make a play there, so I threw the ball. And bro, you did. What the hell were you looking at? But
Yeah,
that's
6'3" linebacker, and you throw it right to him.
exactly. So to me, just don't say anything at the podium. Just say,
Yeah,
hey,
just shut up. Yeah, just shut up. Don't say nothing.
I think
Governor's
what
online too. Governor online too.
I like
One thing I don't understand is Buffalo
I
has
like our
struggled.
chances with the
Buffalo has
pro set.
struggled against the run for like the last
Yeah,
5 years.
they did.
Why are we not pounding it down their throats?
And we should
Because
be.
we can't block anybody.
We've even ran the ball. Even when Skylar Thompson on the map. Go back and look at all the games. We have pounded the ball. We've had over 100-some rushing yards almost every game against the Bills. Why are we not
Mostert, yeah,
consistent?
Mostert, and
You know
Mostert and AJ.
the sad part about the Dolphins is they beat up on Achan. They'll have Ollie Gordon. They ran him 1 play. He caught 1 ball. The Dolphins' problem is they get away from what works and they don't stick with it. I mean, you can't run the ball only 10 times, 11 times in a game. I
No,
mean,
that's Boyd. Whatever Rex Ryan said. Boyd.
Jimmy Neutron boy genius, the nerd boy.
He's got
And
to
I think
go. It's sad, but
You
he's got to
guys,
go. We
sorry,
need a
you need a
culture change.
corner. You need a
and
corner
it's sad,
too. We
right?
don't
But
have a corner.
Daniel had to change that play where he shoots it, where he snaps it to Tua in the shotgun, and then Mostert goes behind Tua and Tua fakes it. Though they've thrown away like 50% of those fake plays where they, because the NFL is saying we're sitting right here in the middle tour, so that fake you did is for nothing.
Right.
And so
And then
to me,
Well, how come we're not using Willie Gay out there? He only played 3 snaps the whole game.
because
Well,
and he
he's not
balled
going to
out.
take
And he
Chubb or
balled
James
out.
Phillips' job. He's not going to
Yeah.
take Chubb or Phillips' job. They're outside linebackers. Willie Gay is going to play weak, or he's going
Yeah,
to play dog.
put him in defensive tackle or something.
Question for you
Sorry,
guys.
who's your
Do
corner? Who's your corner?
Russell Douglas.
And Jack
Is he
Jones.
corner one? I never heard of him.
Jack Jones and Russell Douglas. Storm Duck's hurt. Cam Smith is useless.
So
So you guys
congratulations to
don't
Nick
have a
Needham.
corner like Gonzalez or Sauce
Yeah,
Gardner.
he went to
You
the
need something
Jets.
like
Nick
that in the
Needham.
draft.
You got signed by the Jets on the practice squad. So congratulations, Nick.
Congrats to them. Now let me ask you guys this. So last year when we signed Poyer, Allen went after Poyer nonstop on the 2 Dolphins games. Is he going to go after Rashawn Douglas this game and the next game?
Fucking right,
Probably.
yes, he is.
Yo, you know who's gonna have a big game for them?
150%.
Shakur.
Nope. Tight ends. Tight ends. Our weakness is the tight ends. You just circle.
Oh
it.
yeah, well that's everybody and their mama know that. But I'm saying of the receivers, it would be Shakur.
Well, Gabe Davis is going to play, and he's always whooped our asses too.
I'm worried about Bosa getting his hands on Tua. I'm worried about
Oh,
him.
you know that's happening for sure.
Bosa is
I'm worried
concerned
about
about on the
Dalton.
edge. That's going to be a problem.
I'm worried about the Dalton, the tight end, because it seems to me that they're going to put matchups on our outside linebackers, which is Chubb and Phillips. They
Dalton
fail at
Kincaid. Yep, Dalton Kincaid.
fail on coverage. Yeah, they exposed us. New England exposed us. New England had Zach Sealer trying to hold a tight end on the float.
Yeah, that worked out well. Hunter Henry.
Well, not even the Patriots that did it. It was the Colts rookie, 84, 86. The
Warren.
guy for
Yeah.
Penn State, Warren. He kicked the shit out of him. He was their main offense. Constantly. Wherever he was at, they were throwing him the ball. It didn't matter if it was a fullback, running back, or whatever.
Yeah,
We coulda
Hunter
drafted
Henry and
him.
Austin Hooper. They got you guys
We
last
coulda-
week.
We would have been set for 10 years if we got Hunter. This kid
Derek,
from
what do you think? What do you think is a higher chance of? Is there a higher chance of either Tyreek or Waddle or somebody throwing their helmet, or a higher chance of after we lose the game, Tua goes up to Josh Allen smiling and everything like everything was cool?
I think Tyreek Hill might snap. I think he might snap soon.
I think he might snap. Yeah, I put my money on that. I put my money.
I'm going with the Tua acts like everybody's his buddy routine.
That's exactly what I think is going to happen. He's going to smile and like shake hands with, "Hey, good job, man! I told everybody you can do more than I can."
Yeah,
41 to 10. 41 to 10. He'll be smiling like it was a 17-14 game.
Guys, they have you guys getting beat up tomorrow. Like it's gonna be bad against them.
Are we the first Rivals game? Is the Monday night? Is that the first Rivals game for the whole season? Are we the first one?
So, yes.
No, you're not
Yep.
the first. Maybe for Monday. Sorry, for Thursday.
Mm.
But
No,
there were
Thursday's not a rival game.
Jets.
Like
Well,
I said,
has anybody played with the Rival jerseys yet?
Not yet. No.
No, not yet. No.
So who's the first? Who's the first team?
It's a Sunday game. Somebody's Sunday. It's oh man, I forgot. I saw it. Oh my goodness. It's I think it might be San Francisco Sunday.
Because the only reason I was saying that is maybe they flipped the switch and we somehow miraculously win the game to try to push the Rival jerseys for us to give the hype. But that's the other thing. That's a long shot miracle. But I'm just
Listen, those rival jerseys are okay. I would have rather had them do the old throwbacks or the orange ones from the Ricky Williams era.
Now I'm telling you this though. I will tell you this though.
if I'm wrong.
The pitchers seeing them, the pitchers seeing the jerseys and actually seeing them in person at the stadium.
Not the same.
They are phenomenal at the stadium. Like they look a hell of a lot better than what the picture is. I'm just saying.
I actually have one in my closet, but I'm mailing it to somebody.
what the actual Rival jersey?
Yeah, my buddy works for the
I have
league.
one too.
No, they're pretty sweet. I thought they were pretty sweet.
I got a Waddle
No,
one, but I'm
listen,
mailing it to
there's a
somebody.
big difference
I
between the
told
stitched
everyone.
one and the printed one. There's a huge
Yep.
I
difference.
told everyone they're the same thing that the Miami Marlins wore against the Braves. That's the Vice City one, and it's black, and it has a
Good night.
stripe of.
It's
It
not
has a
black.
stripe
It's
of.
Good
actually
night.
a dark,
Yes.
dark blue.
Yeah,
It's dark blue. It's called deep blue. It's not black. It's deep blue.
Deep. Oh,
According
that's
to
navy
Everything
blue.
gotta be black.
Man, that's
pitch blue,
Gotta be black.
called pitch blue.
navy blue and the pink, right? Pink and then the aqua.
Everything gotta be black.
No, there's no
Everything gotta be black.
How about this? It's deep poo, like poo poo.
The bad thing is you're never going to see these jerseys in the daylight unless it's like 40 degrees in Kansas City again.
That's actually no. Wait a minute, you're talking about the which jerseys? Our rivals' jerseys?
Yeah, the rivals. You're never going to see them in Miami until at least the end of December ever again because they're going to be way too hot to wear.
They're going to be too hot. Well, people were wearing them at the first game. I saw.
Yeah, they're
several
freaking
people
nuts.
wearing them.
no.
Yeah,
He's
they're
talking about
not.
the players.
Oh, you're talking about the players. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely you're right. I agree with that 100%. I'm sorry. Sorry for misunderstanding.
Mine's gonna look good when I check the oil of my truck tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be.
But I'm telling you, if you want to be rich, put $5 on the Dolphins. There's
You
always
guys
that
wanna know
slight
something
chance.
crazy? You guys want to know something crazy? So I actually looked at buying one, right? And I eventually did. However, the pro shop didn't have all the players. I ended up going to Fanatics, and the one
They had five players at Fanatics.
yeah, I went to Fanatics, and they had Dan Marino, and
Yep.
the wait to get it though, you don't get it till October after the game.
Yeah, it's October 3rd.
No, wait.
Yeah, I wanted to.
ordered mine
I
and
went down to
got
get
it
the.
in like a week.
Well, no, I got.
Well,
the
they
hat.
say the actual shipping date, it could be before October 3rd. My buddy works for the league, so I didn't have to go and stand in line. I didn't have to call one call. Got mailed to the house. I got it from my girl because they had A-Chan, they had Chop Robinson, they had Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, who did you get?
I got my girl, Jalen Waddle.
I got Dan Marino. That's the
I got
only
Christian
person.
Gonzalez.
Nice.
Ali,
Okay,
help
guys.
a brother out. Ali.
By 9:30, an hour and a half. It's time to call it a night for me.
Yeah. I
Okay,
got
my
it.
brother. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate all y'all.
Fins up, all.
Ends up, everybody.
Thumbs up, everybody.
Peace, love, fins up, y'all.
Everybody.
Bills Mafia.